In this video, I'm going to cover some topics of high performance concrete, slurry infiltrated fiber concrete, bacterial concrete, and self consolidating concrete. First one, high performance concrete. High performance concrete is used for concrete mixture which possess high workability, high strength, high modulus of elasticity, high density, high dimensional stability, low permeability and resistance to chemical attack. The high performance concrete is also a high strength concrete. In normal concrete, a relatively low strength and the elastic modulus are the result of high heterogeneous nature of the structure of the material, particularly the porous and weak transition zone which exists at the cement paste aggregate interface. To improve the qualities of the transition zone by using of silica fume is to be necessary. The silica fumes becomes a necessary ingredient for the design of the high performance concrete of strength above 80 MPa. The best quality of fly ash may be used for nominal benefits. By adopting water cement ratio in the range of 0.25 to 0.3 and getting a high slump is possible only with the use of super plasticizers. And by using of appropriate super plasticizer is a very important material in making of high performance of concrete. In practical experience, it is seen that in concrete strength up to 100 MPa of maximum size of 20 mm aggregate can be used. However, and concrete of in excess of 100 MPa, the maximum size of coarse aggregate can be limited to 10 to 12 mm. According to the shape of the aggregate, the crushed aggregate can be used, but the care should be taken to see that aggregate are cubic in shape and with a minimum amount of flaky or elongated particles. Characteristics of high performance concrete. The following are the characteristics of the performance of concrete. First one is high early strength, high modulus of elasticity, high abrasion resistance, high durability and long life in severe environments, low permeability and diffusion, and resistance to chemical attack. Second one, slurry infiltrated fiber concrete. It is also known as, in short form, SIFCON. Slurry, S for slurry, I for infiltrated, F for fiber, CON for concrete. SIFCON. It was invented by the Landcord in 1979. The steel fiber bed, the manufacturing is nothing but the steel fiber bed is prepared and cement slurry is infiltrated. With this technique, the microfiber contents up to about 20% by volume can be achieved, with a consequent environment increase in flexural and load carrying capacity and toughness. With high fiber volume, a very high compressive strength is also achieved. SIFCON can be also used for the blast resistant structures and burglar proof safe walls in banks and residential buildings. Next one, bacterial Bacterial concrete. Bacterial concrete is a natural process, mainly weathering, which decreases the concrete by creating the cracks, fractures, and fissures, which which results in reducing the severe life of the structures. Even historical monuments buildings will built in stone also develop cracks and fissures also. uh, grouting with epoxy or other cementitious materials are the very remedial measurements, and these remedial measurements are very important, which will give you good results. Cracks in concrete, they used as a common soil bacteria is called Bacillus pastorale, which during the process of their metabolic activities and severe or precipitate calcite CaCO3, and it is very responsible for the sealing of cracks. Calcium carbonate is a natural calcareous cementing material and a bonding agent also, and which is environmental friendly. Like epoxy or calcium silicate hydrates, like calcium silicate hydrate also. This CaCO3 will give you hydration of cement. And this is about the bacterial concrete. And what are the different type of bacteria, like CaCO3, which is responsible for the sealing of cracks, and calcium carbonate also. And most of the bacteria belongs to genus Bacillus are fulfilling the required criteria, which is discussed in above. Some of the list of bacteria are Pseudomonas, Cohini, Phylla, and Pastorale, etc. And sketches of these bacteria we can see in the diagram. And the suitable chemical precursors are found to be more suitable is calcium lactate. Next, self-consolidating concrete. This type of concrete which will focus on high performance, better reliable, and more uniform in quality. Self-compacting concrete or self-consolidating concrete has been described as the most revolutionary development in the concrete construction for several decades. And this is originally developed in Japan to offset a growing shortage of skilled labor. It has proved to be very beneficial from the following points. And the different type of materials which are used for the self-consolidating concrete are cement, aggregates, water, chemical admixtures, and mineral admixtures. Cement. The ordinary Portland cement 43 grade or 53 grade can be used. Aggregates. The maximum size of aggregate is generally limited to 20 mm. The aggregate of size 10 to 12 mm is desirable for the structures having congested reinforcement. Wherever the possible size of the aggregate higher than 20 mm can also be used. The well-graded cubical or rounded aggregates are desirable. The aggregates should be uniform quality with respect to shape and grading. The fine aggregates can be natural or manufactured. The grading must be uniform throughout the work. The moisture content or abrasion characteristic must be closely monitored as quality of self-consolidating concrete. Next one, water. The water quality must be established on the same line as that using the reinforced concrete or pre-stressed concrete. The water which is used for the self-consolidating concrete must be following the terms and conditions. And the chemical admixtures. Superplasticizers are an essential component of the self-consolidating concrete to provide the necessary workability. The new generation of superplasticizers termed as polycarboxylated ethers is particularly useful for the self-consolidating concrete. And mineral admixtures. Fly ash, ground granulated blast furnace slag, silica fume, the stone powder. These are the different type of mineral admixtures which are used for the manufacturing of self-consolidating concrete. The first one is fly ash. The fly ash is an appropriate quantity may be added to improve the quality and durability of self-consolidating concrete. Next one, ground granulated blast furnace slag, which is both in cementitious and pozzolanic material, may be added to improve the rheological properties of the cement. Next one, silica fume. The silica fume may be added to improve the mechanical properties of the cement. And stone powder. The finely crushed limestone, dolomite or granite may be added to increase the powder content. The fraction should be less than 125 micron. The fibers also used as one of the mineral admixtures, and the fibers may be used as to improve the properties of the cement in the same way as for the normal concrete. And this self-consolidated concrete can be made in the three forms. First one is powder type and VMA type. VMA in the means viscosity modifying admixture. Viscosity modifying admixture. In the short form we call as VMA. And the third one is combined type. Advantages of self-consolidating concrete are when compared to normal conventional concrete, it is in faster construction and reduction in the site of manpower, the better surface finish, easier placing, improved durability, thinner concrete section, and safer working environment. A concrete mix can only be classified as self-complicating if it has the following characteristics. Well, they are nothing but filling ability, passing ability, and segregation resistance. If these three are characteristics of the self-consolidating concrete. And when coming to mixed proportions of the self-consolidating concrete, the water to powder ratio by volume is to be 0.8 to 1.00, and total powder content is to be 160 to 240 liters per meter cube. The sand content may be more than 38% of the mortar volume, and coarse aggregate content should normally be 28 to 35% volume of the mix. Finally, a water to cement ratio is selected based on the strength. In any case, water content should not be exceed 200 liters per meter cube. Thank you.